Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar hosts, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by LineStar app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at LineStar Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at LineStar app and at LineStar MLB. And most importantly, download the app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and sign up. Become a premium member because you want to use everything the app has to offer. So I highly recommend you check all that out. We got 9 games on a Thursday for you, starting at 6:35 Eastern, a scotch earlier. So that's awfully kind of them to do that. We'll break that down for you shortly. You can find me on Twitter at BDintric and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how we doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Kind of sad that the season is coming to an end here for us, but we got 2 more to go. And like you guys said, we're going to go all the way to the end of the year here, the end of the line, the last Friday. So we'll get 1 day into October. So
it's the end of the world as we know it. Oh, sorry. There's a bunch of end of the roads, all that kind of things. And it's like 310 to Yuma type stuff. It's great. But it's going to be fun. We'll have a big Friday slate to cap off this long 6-month grind that is baseball that I love. I personally love baseball. But it's strenuous. And I know a lot of people are kind of into football mode now. So I appreciate you guys that have stuck with us till the end as we bring you this baseball content. The 13-game slate on Wednesday has been fun. The late games are kind of midway through as we record, as always. But Max Fried keeps doing Max Fried things. Another quality start, 7 strong innings. He was impressive. Garrett Cole, not so much. The Jays and the Yankees went to Pound Town on each other. The Bichette 2 home runs in that game, so that was quite impressive as well. The Braves got to Aaron Nola. They ended up getting 7 runs on the night, not all off of Nola, but Nola is just that it's the end of a wacky season for Aaron Nola. So it's been a fun night, a weird night, not a ton of offense like you'd expect. It figured, Bogman. The one thing I do want to mention for sure is, we had Patrick Corbin on the mound against Freeland 2 nights ago. It's basically a pitcher's duel, 3-1. Then the Rockies are like the lone day game on Wednesday. It's 10-5.
I mean, 15 runs, put up 2 touchdowns. That's exactly what we expected, right? So
yep.
The way she goes, if you've ever watched Trailer Park Boys, it's the way she goes. What do you mean that's the way she goes? That's what it is. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. The way she goes. Speaking
of the way, it's one of my favorite lines in the movie. I believe it was Road Trip. I believe it was the name of the movie with Tom Green. Was that the Road Trip?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they're like, "Oh, take this way. It's a shortcut," and like gets them stuck. I'm like, dude, if this was quicker, it'd be called The Way.
Yeah. That's why it's called a shortcut. If it was the way everyone went, it'd just be called The Way.
It's the best line ever. I think about that so often now, especially with the Waze app and stuff. It's like, oh no, go this way. Go this way. No, this is called The Way.
That's right after the peanut butter part. So
yeah, or did you kill a cheetah? Like,
good
so many cool
Lord.
things.
That movie is so awesome. That one and Euro Trip.
Yes, that's why I was double taking. Like, which one is Road Trip? Yes.
And those are solid, underrated movies from the 90s or early 2000s that if you have not watched and you're a youngin', gotta get those.
There's a lot of movies like that we both thoroughly enjoy and we talk about often on other shows and just in general that would never be allowed to be made today. So
well, I think most things up through 2012 would not be allowed on today's on today's
wacky world we live in.
Right.
But what isn't wacky is baseball. Well, it is. 9 games on a Thursday. So let's get started for you guys, breaking them down 1 game at a time like usual. Starting off in the AL East, Boston at Baltimore. In this one, we got Nick Pivetta going up against Alexander Wells. Over under 10.5 in this game. And I believe the total, but it's been weird because both games haven't been very high scoring so far. Pivetta 7K on DK 68 on FanDuel, Wells 5,055. I could see Pivetta as an SP2 if you need him just for the strikeout upside.
That's exactly what I have written down on my sheet, Bob. So we are simpatico on that. He's been wishy-washy a little bit recently, but I'm absolutely with you. He's definitely a secondary option. So there is some PVB data in this game against Pivetta. Cedric Mullins, 6 for 13 with a double and a bomb, 3 for 11 for Mountcastle with a double and a bomb. But there's hot batters on the Boston side: Schwarber, Devers, Renfroe, Iglesias, JD. So I'm going to pick out of that group, plus possibly Pivetta.
Yeah, Pivetta is definitely an interesting play. The Red Sox will be very popular yet again. Renfroe took another left, or he didn't take a lefty, but he homered again on Wednesday. He'll be batting second. His price keeps going up each day, rightfully so. Another lefty he can take advantage of. JD had a monster game, a home run, a couple RBI double. He's a great play as well. You can mix and match your normal Red Sox that we talk about. I like Pivetta as a secondary option. I also don't mind the Mullins and the Mountcastles to be different. They've been kind of quieted down this series. I think they're too good to be quieted this long. So Boston's popular, rightfully so. Baltimore could be a nice contrarian place. I think Pivetta will be a little popular due to that price point. Let's go to Toronto. Yankees, Blue Jays. The series is tied 1-1. Whoever takes this one has a little bit of a chance for the AL wildcard. At least keeps it close going into the weekend. Corey Kluber versus Robert Ray. Over under 8.5 on this one. Kluber's 82 and 8,000. Ray's 10K and 10.8. I think you still got to go to Ray. He's so darn good right now.
Yeah, his last like 4 starts, he's gone like good start, 4 innings, good start, 4 innings. And I think this would be on the track we're on. This would be the 4-inning one, but it doesn't matter. Dude's trying to win a Cy Young, so got to be in play. He's just been so incredible this year. There's PVB data here on both sides. 3 for 7 for Bichette with a bomb against Kluber. 5 for 14, 2 doubles for Dickerson. 6 for 17, 2 doubles for Springer. 10 for 35 with 2 doubles for LeMahieu. And then if you aren't going with Ray, Stanton, Judge, or Shella, Torres have all been hot. And then Teoscar and Marcus Semien. But I'm with you. Ray is my main buy here.
Yeah, I got to go Ray. Semien went deep. Bichette went deep twice on Wednesday. I like a Toronto stack against Kluber. I'm always a guy that likes to fade Kluber. So I'm good with that. That place can be rocking for Toronto. Like literally, if they win, I think they're a game back of the Yanks going into the weekend for a chance to get in the wild card. So that place is going to be electric. It was on Tuesday, was the first full attendance game allowed in Toronto. So this is going to be the third one if you do the quick math on that. And that's going to be just a chaotic crowd. So give me Ray, give me a J stack. If you want to go Yankees, they've scored a ton both games, but I'm going to put my faith in Ray on this one. Miami at the New York Mets. We got Edward Cabrera going up against Tyler McGill. Cabrera is 56 and 69. McGill 91 and 7K. I don't really want either pitcher. Cabrera has struck guys out of late, but he still get hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and he's got a high walk rate. So I'm a little interested in Tyler McGill, right? Last 2 were rough, but I like the draw against Miami because there's just not a lot going on there. Jesus Sanchez has been good. Lewin Diaz has been good. Jazz Chisholm has been okay, but there's just not a lot of pop there. So if you're just looking for a swing, McGill and his strikeouts could be okay. And then not much going on the Met side either. Baez, Nimmo, Pilar maybe, but yeah, this is pretty much a fade this game.
Yeah, I don't mind some Diaz, Sanchez, Chisholm stacks. So 3-man stacks. 2 of them are cheap. Chisholm's not, but another 12 points tonight on DraftKings. So you can go there if you want. And then Baez keeps crushing. So I'll just keep riding the Baez back. He's even taking walks. And if Cabrera's going to walk a lot of guys, he's stealing bags. So get some there. I have no problem going that direction either. Tampa Bay at the Houston Astros. Ryan Yarbrough against Lance McCullers. Yarbrough 76 on DK. McCullers 96 on DK, 97 on FanDuel. I know McCullers was wishy-washy, and Tampa Bay put up a 7 spot on Luis Garcia on Wednesday, but on this slate, I think McCullers can be in play.
And McCullers has had 4 quality starts in a row. So 1 start against Tampa Bay in April, so it was a long time ago, but it was 7 innings, no earned, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks. So I'm with you. I like McCullers on this one. And then, bats are expensive. Altuve, Alvarez, Gurriel. I'd probably pick out of those guys. If you aren't going McCullers or Rosarena, Lau, Franco have all been pretty decent. So stick to those bats, but McCullers is my favorite buy here.
And keep an eye on things because I believe they'll have an opener before they get to Yarbrough, so that could be something that entice you as well. But I have no problem stacking against Yarbrough. He's been so bad this year, like really, really bad. So your Altuve's, Gurriel, who hits lefties very, very well. And then you can even go with your Tuckers and company. But I think like Altuve and Gurriel, some Bregman. Big fan. They are expensive, as you mentioned, though, so plan accordingly. Philadelphia at the Atlanta Braves. Kyle Gibson versus Ian Anderson. Over under 8.5. Gibby 78 and 85. Anderson 84 and 88. And I believe if the Braves win, they do clinch the East because we talked about it yesterday, Boggs. It was a 5-game advantage. The Braves won yesterday to make it a 3-game advantage. They won again tonight, which, do the quick math, makes it a 1-game advantage. So their magic number is 1 tomorrow. I like Anderson quite a bit. The strikeouts the last 3 games have been up to where we like them. Philadelphia just looks lost right now.
Yeah, and his last 2 starts versus Philly were quality. So I'm with you on that. There's a little PVB against him. 3 for 10 for Kutch with a bomb, 3 for 10 for Segura with a bomb. But I also, Albies, Riley, Freeman. I'm going to buy the big bats for Atlanta, and I'll roll out Anderson too.
Yep, I'm 100% with you. I'm going to go back to my Atlanta stacks. The Freemans, the Albies, the Rileys. You can go Duvall if you want. But and I love Anderson with it. So Brave stack is one of my top priorities. And Anderson's a nice mid-price play on both sides. You could use him on FanDuel as a discount because I think he's still going to get you a quality start at least with the strikeouts. And DK is a nice SP2 to pair up with a Robbie Ray or a Lance McCullers or something along those lines. All right, 4 more games to go on this slate. Before we get to those, remind everybody you can watch this show, the remaining 2 shows, and the Pre-Snap podcast over on the LineStar YouTube channel. So go over there, subscribe, give it the old thumbs up, leave a comment. Let us know who you like on this slate to go deep. We'd really appreciate it. Also, if you give a rate and review on iTunes, that would mean the world to us as it helps get the audience bigger for next season as we will be back to hopefully rock this world for you again. Detroit at the Minnesota Twins. Tariq Skubal going up against Joe Ryan. Over under 8.5 on this one. Skubal 67 and 83. Ryan 93 and 88. Ryan's price is steep, but man, oh man, is he a strikeout monster.
11 strikeouts last time against the Cubs, so I'm absolutely in. I wish I could take Skubal here, but he's been capped around 50 pitches like his last 4 starts, so I can't do that. But Ryan here, and then Buxton, Kepler, Garver, Luis Ariz. I pick out of those bats, but I love Joe Ryan today.
Yep, love Joe Ryan. I think he's a good pivot off of the McCullers and Robbie Rays if you need to. Big fan of what he's bringing to the table. I will say he's 88 on FanDuel. I'd probably go Ian Anderson on FanDuel because I think you have a more, better odds of a quality start because Ryan might only go like 5 innings. So that'd be my only difference there, but he's a beast, absolute beast. Cleveland at Kansas City on this one. We got Shane Bieber taking the bump against Zerpa. That's who they have for now, Zerpa. This is not a joke. Zerpa.
You just made up a word.
Yes, I pulled one out of the hat, folks. It's like I'm naming hurricanes now. Bieber is 9,800 on DK, 10.5 on FanDuel. Zerpa is 4K on DK, not even priced on FanDuel. I'm assuming it's a bullpen game in Kansas City, and Bieber's on a pitch count, so no pitchers for me.
Yeah, no pitchers. Let's just stick to bats here. There's a little PVB against Bieber, even though he's not going to last very long. 8 for 14 for Benintendi, 3 doubles and a bomb. Salvi is 4 for 13 with 2 homers, 3 for 10 for Hearn with a double and a bomb. And then Lopez and Merrifield have been hot as well. And then Jose Ramirez, Miles Straw, Rosario, Owen Miller has been hitting all on the Cleveland side. So I'll pick out of those bats.
Yeah, we said on for Wednesday's slate that it could be a weird kind of game stack because Plesac stinks, and you had to was it Bubit or Lynch went, and there's a ton of runs. There's at least 11 or 12 runs scored in that game, and I could see this happening again on Thursday. So this could be a nice stack situation, kind of Cleveland's pricey as we talked about, but the Ahmed Rosarios, the Jimenezes are cheaper. You can get like the Zimmers and stuff too. There's a lot of cheap options there. And then our usual Kansas City guys, like you mentioned, Benny, Perez, Lopez, Merrifield. Perez hit number 48 on Wednesday. Dude is just ridiculous.
He's going to hit 50 because I traded him to the Welsh in Keeper League. So,
and he doesn't remind you that, does he?
No, never. That's not like the Welsh. You know him. The Welsh at all. You know him better than that. Come on, bub.
Never. Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. Bumgarner, Casimir, Bum 63 and 76. Casimir 62 and 55. I was very impressed with Casimir's last outing in San Diego. Still not pitching him.
Okay. All right.
You were wondering where I was going there, weren't you?
Yeah. I was like, no. And then you did say the right thing last. So Flores, 8 for 25 with 3 doubles and a bomb against Bumgarner. And then, your boy Crawford, Yastrzemski, Posey have all been hot. Not much going on the D-back side. McCarthy, Calhoun, and Varsho have been hitting a little bit. But, there's not a ton to like in this game.
Yeah, Posey had imagine gets the day off. He's caught 2 games, and maybe they want to clinch, so they let him go. But your Longos, your Flores, maybe some Austin Slater value. Look for the guys that hit a lot versus left-handed pitching, and that's where you're going to kind of pinpoint who you want to start in this game. And then just remember they might get subbed out, but start out with the Flores and company and go from there. It's a good spot to attack Bumgarner for sure. And the final game on this 9-game slate, San Diego Padres at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Vinny V versus Tony Gonsolin. Tony Gonsolin's 88 and 71. No problem using him today. His last start made me very happy, and San Diego is just not good.
Yeah, Gonsolin, love him here. The Padres kind of seem to have given up at the end of the season. So I'm with you. Gonsolin definitely in play. If you want bats here, I would go with, Turner, Seager, Pollock. Frazier's been hitting a little bit at the end of the year for San Diego. So is Grisham. So I'll probably stick to that group.
Yeah, give me Gonsolin and then give me a Dodgers play. As we mentioned before, Pollock, he went deep on Wednesday. So you got Pollock, you got your Luxes, your Seagers, and pieces there that you can definitely piece together because it's Vinny V after all. So have some fun stacking up some Dodgers, the place you're going to want to camp out for the evening. All right, let's recap things real quick. Bogman, who are your top pitchers on this 9-game Thursday slate?
I think Joe Ryan's my favorite, so I'll put him at the top of the list. Robbie Ray second, McCullers, Ian Anderson, all in that top group, and then secondary guys of McGill, Gonsolin, and Pivetta.
Yeah, it's pretty much the Robbie Ray, McCullers, Joe Ryan bubble. You could throw Anderson in there if you want. Otherwise, below that, it's Anderson, Gonsolin, and Pivetta for me. So kind of 3 guys above 9K, 3 guys in the 7 and 8K range. Mix and match your poisons. I still think Robbie Ray is my number 1 guy just for the strikeouts he brings to the table, but it's a tough matchup. Ryan's got the best matchup, so I don't disagree with that at all. Like in reality, I might want Ian Anderson just for the price alone. Like the dude's a beast. So those are the 6 pitchers I'm targeting: 3 high, 3 mids. What stacks do you like on this slate?
I like Boston against Wells. I think that's probably my favorite stack. And then after that, Houston against the bullpen game for Tampa Bay, Atlanta against Philly, as you mentioned earlier. Maybe Minnesota against Skubal and his 50 pitches, and the Detroit bullpen could be nice. KC versus Bieber with a short outing. And I don't know, Dodgers are probably too expensive to stack.
Yeah, Boston with you there. I think Miami's got some nice value. Those 3, the Diaz-Sanchez combo. Chisholm's expensive. You can throw him, make a 3-man. Fine there. I think Houston's in play. Love Atlanta. I like that Minnesota angle, especially against that Detroit bullpen, like you mentioned. That could be something to keep in mind. Cleveland, Kansas City combined. That might be the sneaky low-owned one of the slate. And then the Gigantes against Bumgarner. Welcome back, Bum. It's going to be fun. Dodgers are a great one, but they are pricey. But a lot of these are pricey. They're not just Boston's expensive. They're going to be pricey, so find your discounts where you can, which you definitely can on these late September slates. Last but not least, everybody, home run calls of the day. Make sure you follow LineStar on Twitter at LineStar app, and it's a simple rule. I think I've explained it every show, but in case you forgot, here it is. If you retweet the home run call of the day, 3 lucky retweeters will be paired up with Bogman, myself, and Ryan Humphreys. We each get one of us, and if our guy gets a home run, you win some free swag. So Bogman on Thursday, September 30th. Who's your home run call of the day?
Give me Salvador Perez. He's pushing for 50, trying to, go all out for it. So he's swinging for the fences. So I'll take Salvi.
Going with the Salvinator. I am going to go to Houston on this one. Give me Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman taking Ryan Yarbrough deep. Big fan of the Yarbrough going down. That's for sure. So Salvi, Yarbrough. We'll see who Ryan Humphreys comes up with, trying to get you guys some free swag to finish out the baseball season. But more importantly, download the app in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Become a premium member. Get everything you need to build those lineups, the chat rooms, the stack tools, the value tools, and so much more. Check out Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I am at BDentric. We'll be back with you guys Friday for the final episode of the On Deck podcast. But for now, good luck, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the LineStar app On Deck podcast. Download LineStar app from the App Store or go to LineStarApp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.